Is reincarnation necessary due to unresolved karma, or is it unfulfilled desires that make reincarnation necessary?
See, the thing is, unfulfilled desires and karma are the same thing. Karma means that which binds you, something that binds you. And what are we bound by? We're bound by those ideas that we have that if only I experienced this, my life would have been fulfillment. And maybe this might not be one thing, it might be 15 things. If only I had did this, if only I did that, if only I did that, if only I did that. I noticed in the bedroom where I'm staying right now, there's a book about the most commonly regretted things of dying people, what it is that dying people regret the most, and the top 5 or whatever it might be. I haven't opened the book because I know what they are already. But the thing is that what we have to realize is that fulfillment is not something that's going to come on the yonder side of fulfilling a desire. Why? Let's think about it for a moment. You were a little child and you wanted to have a toy or a doll or a little car or something. You got that, and you were thinking before you got it, if only I had that, if only I had that, if only I had that, my whole life would be fulfilled. You got it finally, or maybe you didn't, but you probably did get a few of these things. And what happened was within a few weeks, you forgot about it and you didn't want that anymore and you wanted the next thing. And then, you wanted a bicycle and bicycle. And the bicycle came, and then a year later, 2 years later, it's leaning against the thing and the tires are flat and it's got spider webs all over it. Why? Because now you want a motorized scooter. And then, you got the scooter, and then that wasn't it either. And then I want a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and you got the girlfriend or you got the boyfriend, and now they're discarded. and, and then if only I had this, if only I had that, if only I had that. And so there's a pattern here. And the pattern is that it's fine to fulfill desires, but we need to understand that fulfilling a desire is not bringing capital F fulfillment to my beingness. Because capital F fulfillment to my beingness is only available in one place, and that is in that deep inner bliss field that's inside you. If you experience that, you have a great realization, and this comes from Vedic meditation. That's the place you go to when you practice Vedic meditation. You go to the fulfillment field, and then you identify with that fulfillment field. It's an inner state of supreme inner contentedness. You identify with that. After a few years of practice of Vedic meditation every morning, evening, regularly, what happens is that inner fulfillment field awakens inside you, and it becomes a permanent feature of your deep inner sense of self. Who am I and what am I? I am this body, I am the history of the body, I am the history of the mind, I'm the history of all that stuff. But more than that, what is it that really defines me? What describes me is this deep inner place that I go to when I meditate. It's a supreme inner fulfillment. Now, when I have become that, I don't have to acquire that. So long as I'm convinced of the idea that if only I had really got a Ferrari and had a great partner in the Ferrari, and we had a baby sitting on the lap of the great partner in the Ferrari, and if I had a job where I earned, $1 million a week, and if I, had only spent more time with my family and all the children, then I would have got fulfilled. No, you would not have. You would have simply fulfilled a desire. You wouldn't have gained that oneness with the fulfillment field. When you gain oneness with the fulfillment field, unfulfilled desires no longer possess you. This is a very interesting concept, and one of the Vedic texts called the Bhagavad Gita. It's a famous text that's read outside the Vedic culture, one of the few that people in the West have heard of, Bhagavad Gita. It's a discourse between a great master, Krishna, and his student, who's also his cousin, Arjuna. And Arjuna says to Krishna in one part of this text, how can you describe an enlightened person? And Krishna gives many descriptions, but one of the descriptions he gives that's relevant to this conversation is, though beyond desires, he finds himself yet desiring. This is really interesting. Beyond desires, meaning I am the fulfillment field, and yet desires come up. It's not that when you are established in oneness with the fulfillment field, it's not that you won't have desires, because there are things you need to do. You need to do this, you need to do that. The fulfillment needs to go on an excursion. It wants to go on an excursion. It is seeking, where is the need? And so this is a reversal. I am not a big field of neediness looking for fulfillment. No, I am the fulfillment field itself, and I'm seeking out, where is the need? Where's the need for what I am? Where's the need for my creative intelligence? Where's the need for my energy? Where's the need for my beingness? I am the answer to the question marks. Where's the need? And so I am fulfillment seeking need, rather than I am neediness seeking fulfillment. If I continue being the neediness looking for fulfillment outside me, then the body's going to die. All these bodies die. I hope you know this, right? The death rate of, so far, of humanity is 100%. Some people might have longevity. Like I've heard that Elon Musk wants to live to be 130, and I think 130 only? You know, and then die. Well, okay, 130 and then die. If it's true that Methuselah lived to be 800 years old from the Bible, well, he was 800 years old and then he died. Human life is a death sentence. It doesn't matter if you live to be 100 or 800, whatever, and then you're going to die. If when you die, you are still the neediness looking for fulfillment, what's going to happen? Your consciousness is still the neediness consciousness, and it's going to seek fulfillment the only way it knows how to get it, and that is to have a body that you put into action. And so that is karma. Karma means bondage. You're bound by this false idea that fulfilling desires, whatever the latest desire is you have, that if you fulfill that, you're going to be okay. You're not. Unless you are the fulfillment, capital T, capital F, the fulfillment, unless you are the fulfillment, you're coming back, because this body's going to die and you're going to need another one to keep on with this project, this futile project of trying to get fulfillment from where it is not. It's not in the relative world. Fulfillment is your own inner nature. It is your own deepest self. Experience it here, and then the need to return into another body to fulfill desires is not there. And so the seed, to use the Vedic analogy, like a sesame seed, which could germinate, it's been roasted by the experience of knowledge. The fire of knowledge, knowledge of fulfillment, has roasted the seed. It can't germinate anymore. And so there's no more incarnations. There's just little carnations. You can have carnations without reincarnation. All right. What's next?
I've heard you say, I don't remember when, but that when there is whether it's conscious or unconscious intent of trying to break the laws of nature, you can create karma for yourself and others. And I was wondering how it is our actions can create also bondage for other people.
So, see, the thing is, only to the extent that they are available for that. Nobody's going to create any karma for me. Doesn't matter what they do. There's no, it's not possible for anyone to create karma for me. And so if somebody is relying upon you for their fulfillment, that's their mistake of their consciousness. And then you give them the impression that, in fact, you give them the inaccurate expectation that you are going to be their fulfillment, which is you giving them that impression. They have to be gullible enough to accept that. That I'll use the kinder word, suggestible, not gullible. Suggestible is a nicer way of saying it. Enough to buy into that idea. And you have to buy into the idea that you're also going to be the means of their fulfillment, and that you're going to get fulfilled, and you're going to bring all these people along with you into a fulfillment. All of this is inaccurate expectations. And so it's like it's a reincarnation party. Everyone has inaccurate expectations, and all these bodies are going to die, and they're going to die without fulfillment. So everybody has bought into a mission that's a completely false mission. So fulfillment doesn't happen that way. Fulfillment is not really a happening at all. It's a beingness. It's a state of being. Fulfillment is the secret to not having to keep on coming back again and again and again. And let me remind you, it's things like diapers, things like high school, things like, you know what I mean. All of that returning and returning and returning and again and again and again having to experience these things, all just so that you can once again end up with a body that is at that stage where it's due to die. And once again, the fulfillment, capital T, capital F, the fulfillment hasn't been discovered as the realization of what you are. So long as fulfillment is outside me, if I buy into that and anybody else buys into it because I've given them the impression that that's also going to work for them, then the whole lot will be coming back and coming back and coming back until that illusion is lost. And the way to lose an illusion is to see the reality. You close your eyes and meditate, and sufficient number of meditations, you realize I am that, capital T, I am that fulfillment. I am that state. And it's not that I don't have things to do. The things that the fulfillment has to do will appear as desires, but there's no illusion that a desire is going to fulfill me because I am the fulfillment. I can't get fulfilled by fulfilling a desire.